Okay, that's working. All right. 1, 2. All right. All right, guys. Welcome to Hardwork, Bad Decisions, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's talk about it. Right now, my name is Gilbert Smith. I'll be your host, and we have a special guest, Caleb Crump, the Hunk. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me, Coach.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's get a couple of things going. First and foremost, what do you want to go by as far as your nickname? Do you like the Hunk?
I'm glad you asked, actually. The Peaceful Warrior, that's my Instagram name, so you could just go by the Peaceful Warrior. I like that.
Yeah. For some reason,
get some shirts that say Peaceful Warrior.
I don't know what it is, but for some reason, people like the fact that they call you Caleb Crump the Hunk. I don't know why.
I mean, it's positive. I like that too. That's funny. That's cool. Whatever. But I definitely want to go forwards with the Peaceful Warrior thing.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, because some people also call you the Vegan Warrior.
That's great, you know.
You like that one? As a coach, as a training partner, I like to call you the biggest pain in my ass warrior.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Thank you for dealing with me.
Yeah. So let's talk. So let's talk about your fight, because tomorrow you're fighting.
Yes, sir.
It'd be like your third MMA fight within a year. 12 months. Probably maybe your fourth.
Yeah, fourth within 12 months. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you've been going pretty strong. You had some jiu-jitsu tournaments, some boxing tournaments. Boxing fights, kickboxing fights. You've been pretty active in the last 12 months. But let's talk about this fight. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm just ready to make weight. I'm hungry. I've been working hard for this, so I'm ready to, go out there and put on a show for everyone.
Yeah, I know that grind about cutting weight. So you're probably like really annoyed right now, like you don't want to talk, you want to just relax. But I appreciate you taking time out to be on my podcast and chat it up with me a little bit.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So how are you feeling about the fight? Let's talk about the fight. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, I prepared really hard for one guy. Had a last-minute opponent change. I don't know anything about this guy, but I think the outcome's still going to be the same. I'm going to get my hand raised, and I got my victory speech planned.
Good.
Got some deep breaths planned before that speech.
Yeah, because after the fight, you just start rambling, and you're kind of losing your breath. You can't talk as clear. But so yes. So we had an opponent, and unfortunately, your opponent, I believe I was told that he got caught with a head kick and he had a concussion. I'm not sure if I ever told you that, but yeah, his coaches pulled him, and luckily for us, the promoter found you somebody new. But yeah, this guy, you find his debuter, so he doesn't have a lot of information about him, besides the fact that we know he's a black guy. So how you feeling about fighting a black guy, bro?
Well, I train with you all the time, so I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, that's a good point. And you ask him all the time about this guy, what do I know about him? And I'm completely honest, I don't know a lot about him, but just like I told you earlier today, he's an MMA fighter. So we know that he grapples, we know that he boxes, we know that he kickboxes, we know he wrestles. So we're just preparing for everything, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's learn a little bit about your background. What is your background?
Wrestling. I've wrestled through high school, through college. I actually tore my ACL my first MMA fight, and I missed my senior year of wrestling because of that. And then I moved out here and just kind of committed full time to MMA.
Wow! So you tore your ACL?
Yes, sir.
Doing an MMA fight?
My first MMA fight.
First MMA fight.
After 2 weeks of training.
Wait, hold on. Wait, let's rewind. Wait. Okay, so we got it. You've been wrestling for a long time. Okay, I can appreciate a wrestler, but so you jumped into an MMA fight within 2 weeks' notice.
I showed up to the gym, I did work, and they were like, "You want to fight in 2 weeks?" I said yes.
Man,
I was already kind of hurt though, so it was just a weird situation. But I recovered from it, and I came back a lot stronger.
Well, okay, that's a positive spin on it. I tell you what, that's a very frustrating to hear as a coach, as a gym owner. I hate when coaches do that. They just toss people into fights that's not fully prepared, and then you went into the fight, and then you tore your ACL. Perfect. Sounds like a really good situation. But what made you keep fighting after that?
I wasn't gonna give up. My senior year, being on the stadium watching guys All-American that I had beat the year before, it was like it just set me on fire, man. I knew that I can do a lot, and I know that I hadn't come close to reaching my potential, so I just wanted to keep pushing it and make it as a professional athlete.
So that's like basically that hard work, dedication mentality,
yes,
man. I get it, man. I always say that a loss doesn't define you, but it can refine you.
Yes, absolutely.
So you missed your senior year of wrestling, which I know had to been a big heartbreak for you. And then you lost your MMA fight, because I'm assuming after you tore your ACL, the fight didn't go the way you wanted to go. And then you have a, 6-month, year-long injury to deal with.
Yeah, it took me about a year to recover, and then I started to get back to training, and then, yeah.
And then you decide to move to Colorado.
Correct.
And what brought you to Colorado?
So I was friends with a guy, Adam Ludd, when I was training here.
Yeah.
And I saw he was doing work. I wanted to move out to Colorado. Training at the Olympic Training Center was an opportunity too, so I took that and just been running with it, man. I love it. There's everything I need out here. It's great.
So you came out to Colorado Springs because your friend Adam, who was a wrestling coach at this gym, and to come train MMA, and also to train at the OTC for wrestling. That's pretty dope, to be able to have those opportunities, and thank God for somebody like Adam, to bring you out here. So you came to the gym, and I know it was a little bit of a culture shock in the way we train, and especially dealing with me, because I could be a pain in your ass too. You had your first fight with us. Now, unfortunately for that fight, I wasn't here. I wasn't the Ultimate Fighter. We trained up a little bit, but when the fight actually happened, I was gone. Now, tell me a little bit about that fight.
Honestly, I don't think I was in the right mentality for that fight. I was just kind of going through some hardships at that point. My mind wasn't where it needed to be, and I just wasn't as focused. I didn't fight, basically ready to die.
Yeah.
And when I learned that mindset, it changed everything. That loss actually, I feel like, refined me, because after that, I was pissed. I started coming to 6 a.m. workouts, and I just organized everything around fighting so that wouldn't happen again.
Yeah.
Because I guess, underestimated my opponent, overestimated myself.
Hard work, bad decisions, man.
Yeah.
So yes, that fight you also lost. So let me sum it up, right? To show where we at. Last year, almost a year from today.
Yep.
You was 0-2 as an amateur fighter. You missed out on your senior year of wrestling, had to deal with a year-long injury. But yet you didn't quit.
No, absolutely not.
You didn't give up.
No way.
Man, I don't know if I would have quit it now. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm a little bit of a baby, man. And so through all of that, you found a way to stay motivated. And not only stay motivated, but to be even more excited, come to train and train even more and work even harder to make up for some of your past mistakes. Like, what motivated you to keep going?
Because what I was doing wasn't working. I needed to change something. And
Okay.
I did just that. I did everything I could to elevate myself to the next level.
That's pretty dope, man. So,
and more than just at the gym, I've been reading books about sports psychology, just doing everything I can, watching, I try to watch 2 fights every day, just learning, studying the sport in every way possible, and just challenging myself continually.
That hunger, you can't teach, man. You can't teach that type of hunger. Especially coming off some losses, coming off an injury, missing out some wrestling. I'm not gonna lie, man. That's inspiring for all the people that feel like they can't do something. They need to hear that story, because I tell people about success, right? People don't want success. They ask for, but they don't really want it. Okay, they fear success, because success requires what? It requires hard work, dedication, sacrifice, dealing with your demons. It requires all the things that most people try to run away from. Okay, failure, that's easy. You just get up in the morning and just suck at life, and there you go. You're a failure. It's too easy.
By default.
By default, exactly. So, okay, so now you're at a point. You're 0-2. You change up your mentality. You said, I'm gonna fully commit. I'm gonna go all out. Okay. Now you went to the next fight. We got your next fight, and this time I'm back from the Ultimate Fighter. So now I'm full-time coaching you. I got my hands on you. We going hardcore. We beating each other up in the gym. Now your next fight, which would be your third amateur fight. How did you feel about that fight?
I just felt really prepared for that one. I was glad for you to be in my corner, and You know, I was still super nervous, but I just decided I was going to win. Went out there and I won. It wasn't the most impressive decision, but it was a unanimous decision, and that was life-changing for me because that was like the tipping point. And it just, I've been winning more dominantly actually since that fight.
Yeah, because you won all 3 rounds. The guy had almost 0 success. I know he was frustrated. He literally had 0 success in that fight, and it was good for you to go all 3 rounds. Because the first 2 fights, because we didn't explain it, it actually ended in the first round. So you never went the distance. You needed more cage time.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a huge learning experience. So you won all 3 rounds with no injuries. You didn't take a lot of damage, and then you was back to work.
Absolutely.
Right? Back to the gym. And then the next step, you try some boxing. Okay. That one didn't work out the way you wanted to work out.
Actually, the boxing was 2 weeks before the MMA fight.
Oh, yeah, it was.
It was 2 weeks, man. So I lost the boxing fight, and I was even madder about that when I won the MMA fight.
I tell you, I did a podcast maybe a week ago, and it was about failure.
I should have been on that one.
You should have been on that podcast. Oh, man, that's, because you had, so you went
three in a row.
Yeah,
losses,
yeah,
3 L's
okay.
in a row.
You lost 2 MMA fights and 1 boxing fight. Okay.
In a row, yep.
Okay. So let's turn this around, and we're going to turn this around. So you won your first MMA fight.
Yep.
How'd you feel?
I felt on top of the world, but I still was like, I have a lot to do.
It's only 1 fight, right?
I wasn't that satisfied. But I was super happy, but I was like, I have a lot to do.
What is it to be satisfied off of 1 win? It's nothing.
Right,
okay?
Yeah, you have a lot to work on.
Exactly. And MMA or fighting, sometimes in life in general, you got to have amnesia. Okay? You learn from the bad, appreciate the good, but you got to keep moving forward. So then, I think you had a kickboxing fight next?
Yeah, I dominated the kickboxing fight.
Yeah. Because we know you as a wrestler, as a grinder, as a wrestler. So we needed you to get more comfortable with your hands and striking. So we put you in a kickboxing fight. How'd you feel about that?
That was so much fun. I want to do that again. Set me up again, please.
I got you. We work. I talked to Carlos, and Carlos made some phone calls.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Yeah. So speaking about Carlos, how has it been training with Carlos and working with a professional boxing coach?
An honor. He's a great coach. Bless you.
Thank you.
Great coach, great guy, inspiration, and he puts so much work into the guys. I mean, to be up 6 a.m. every day, that's a huge commitment.
Yeah.
To be taking the guys up the incline all the time, that's awesome.
I don't do that either. I don't do 6 a.m. and I don't do the incline, okay? I mean, I'm going to do the incline. I just can't do it in the cold. If it's cold, I'm going to wait till like summertime, then I'm going to do it with y'all. But yeah, Carlos, he's here every morning, 6 a.m., working with you guys. And that's a valuable asset to have.
Absolutely. Great coach.
Especially dealing with people that have different schedules, that can't make it to nighttime, can't make it to middle of the day. And you a type of person to take advantage of all the sessions. As a matter of fact, this dude will come through the gym and we'd be like, dang it, Caleb again with me. I see you more than I see my girlfriend. I see you more than I see my kids. That's kind of weird to me, man.
We're going somewhere.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. Let's take me out then, man.
All right.
Okay. So you had your kickboxing fight. You won that dominant fashion. The guy almost got nothing off on you. And you're not believing, thinking back in the fight, you beat him by pressure. You like non-stop pressure. And we learned some things in our fight. We learned some good, we learned some bad, but the experience was like valuable. What do you say?
Absolutely, yeah. It was all striking, so I couldn't resort to my grappling.
Yeah.
And it was really exciting, I just want to keep working on that aspect.
Okay.
And using my striking to set up my grappling too, of course.
To become well-rounded.
Yep.
And be comfortable being uncomfortable, because a lot of times wrestlers are very uncomfortable on their feet and vice versa. A lot of boxers or kickboxers are very uncomfortable wrestling and grappling. Okay, now we moving on. I believe you did like a jiu-jitsu tournament too.
In August, yeah, I did one in August.
Yes.
And I believe I took second in no-gi, intermediate, and then second in gi also. I lost to a guy the second round in triangle, and I came back and I won like 5 in a row or something, and he didn't even play, so I got true second.
Okay. So let me get this straight. Okay, coming off of a bad first MMA fight, you lost that, tore your ACL, you was out for a year, you missed your senior year college wrestling. Okay, was that D2, D3?
Oh, my senior year would have been NAIA.
Okay, cool. So you missed that. Then you went into your second MMA fight, lost that. And then you went to your first boxing fight, lost that.
I actually had a jiu-jitsu tournament, my first jiu-jitsu tournament before the boxing tournament.
God damn it.
And I won the jiu-jitsu tournament.
Okay, all right. I give you shit. Excuse my language. We need some type of schedule, itinerary. I don't know if you're doing something. Okay.
That was the only thing we missed.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Jiu-jitsu tournament.
So now let's get to where you turn things around. So then, your third MMA fight dominated the guy. All 3 rounds. It was the third one, right? You lost 2, you won 1.
Third one, so I dominated, yeah. And the next one I dominated.
Okay, so then you went into a kickboxing fight, dominated that. And then you was like, you know what? I'm going to try out jiu-jitsu. Gi and no gi. And you took second place in both divisions. Awesome. Okay. Then we went into, because you may have done another jiu-jitsu tournament, not too sure, but let's go to the next MMA fight. How was that? Tell me about this, your 4th MMA fight.
I just went out there and dominated, man. It was awesome. Couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah.
Really. Just 1 minute, 25 seconds, finished him. No injuries or anything, so it was exciting, and I'm just going to work to look better this time, to showcase more of my skills this time.
Cool. So your 4th MMA fight, coming off a really good dominant win, you went into the next fight, and you beat that guy in a minute. Would you say 25 seconds?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You choked him out. Rear naked choke. He had, once again, 0 success. And that guy was a strong-looking guy. You went out there with a lot of confidence, and you was like, I'm going to win this. And you're going to win in a dominant fashion. And that fight was special because you had your son there. Was that like extra motivation for you?
Yes, absolutely. Not going to lose in front of my son. I was glad to see him, and always glad to be around him.
Yeah, that's special, man. I'm a father. I love having my son with me. I remember one time I had my son cage side, and I was able to put on a really good dominant win in front of him. So now we got 2 MMA fights in the book, 2 good wins, a kickboxing win, some jiu-jitsu tournaments. Because you just did a jiu-jitsu tournament last weekend.
Yes.
Tell me about that, man. How did that go?
I won the gi division 4-0.
Okay.
And then
four matches. You won 4 matches in a row.
4 matches in less than an hour.
In less than an hour. Cool.
And then I took 3rd in advanced no gi. So the first guy finished with the Kimura.
Yeah.
And then I ran into my first black belt I ever competed against. I shot in on him into a deep triangle.
Yeah. Black belts can be tricky, man.
Yeah. And then I lost again to the guy who actually won the tournament. And he got me with a rear naked choke. He pulled guard and he did some funky roll.
That's weird. Hold on. So the first match you won, but the second match you lost to a black belt. But then you went into
He was a brown belt ultimately. The guy that won was a brown belt.
Yeah, I know. Isaiah Wright.
Right.
Good guy. I competed against him. He's an awesome guy, perfect attitude. I wish I had the opportunity to train with him. He got a really good jiu-jitsu. But Isaiah Wright was the 3rd guy you went against after you lost, and he's the one that took the bracket. Mm-hmm. That's confusing to me.
Round robin tournament.
Oh, okay. Because I was just about to say, because typically after you lose, you go into the loser bracket.
And that's a fight to win style. I don't know if that's IBJJF also, but. Yeah. This one, Grappling Industries, was just round robin.
Yeah, I don't think IBJJF have double elimination. I think when you're done, I think when you're done, you're done.
Okay.
But I have to verify that as I will be competing at Pan Am, so that's something I need to know, right?
Yeah.
But okay, so you went against Isaiah Wright, and in all these matches, I don't care you win or lose. Like, are you learning?
Absolutely.
The competition and the mat time and I experience to going with high level guys. As the first guy was a black belt, Isaiah Wright is maybe a 2, 3, maybe he's a couple stripe brown belt.
He's good.
Yeah. So competing at that level can give you some confidence. Like, okay, I made some mistakes, but I'm gonna learn from it, and I know how that next level feel now.
It just added more fire. Honestly, I hate losing, so I took 2 losses on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna take it out on my opponent Saturday.
Okay. So now, but you won no-gi.
Yeah, so I went 5-2. I went 5-2 for the day. So I had more wins than losses, but I hate losing. So.
Okay, so not only that, to sum it up, because I know people that's listening and going in and out, sometimes to listen, sometimes to click over the kiss and be. So to sum it up, in the last year, okay, after some bad losses, bad injury, missing your senior year of wrestling, you came back. You jumped into 2 MMA fights. kickboxing fights, fight multiple jiu-jitsu tournament. You doing it all, man. That is awesome. That is inspiring, and I don't think you can find that nowadays. And people will try to stay in one area what they feel comfortable with, but they're not willing to go out and try everything, even things that they know that it's not them. But you like to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah, definitely. I just like to add to that bank balance. You know, whenever I need it in that fight, you know, I put in all the hard work. I can pull out of that bank balance when I'm ready, you know, when I need it.
Cool, man. So, man, I am looking forward to Saturday night, which is tomorrow. I'm looking forward to cornering you. I know you're going to put on a great performance, your mentality, because people don't know, and I'm going to explain this. This dude, Caleb, he has gotten his ass whooped in this gym multiple. I can't tell you.
Kicked out of the ring, man. Just knocked down.
Yeah, knocked down. You know,
choked out a million times.
I mean, and the fact that he keeps coming, he keeps going, he's getting stronger. Like when I grapple him now, I have to be very cautious. Like I used to kind of play around a little bit and like he'll take me down and get top position. Now I have to be on top of my game to make sure that, you know, I give him a good push and he doesn't catch me because I don't like being submitted. I got my own ego to deal with. But the work you put in it, yeah, and the fact that you just never stop working, that's inspiring. I mean, I want you to take a second and just talk about that ability to bite down on your mouthpiece and go fight, even when you lose or when you win and you come back and do it again. Like, how do you do it?
Well, thank you very much. It makes me happy to hear that's inspiring. That's my goal, to inspire people to be their best, you know. I think we all have unlimited potential, and so many people don't even come close to reaching their potential. And that's what I'm trying to do, is just push to reach close to my potential, because I know I have an unlimited potential, and if I just keep working towards it, it's going to keep showing, and it's going to be worth a lot more down the road. You know, I'm investing in myself basically.
Well, I tell you what, I tell my son all the time, what is potential when you don't use it?
Yeah, nothing.
It's nothing. Zero de nero. Okay, so let's talk about, let's switch gears a little bit. Talk about your passion. Something you get made fun of all the time. All the time you get made fun of. And the truth is, I don't even know why we make fun of them about this. You know, I guess we just gym bullies, but because it's actually a really good thing, and I've learned some things about it, but for some reason, I find it funny, and I have to make fun of you about it. You being a vegan. And like a hardcore vegan. Like, this dude don't slip. He's completely, you know, and the thing is, you wasn't always a vegan.
No, I was born eating meat, you know, eating fast food, eating all kinds of garbage, in my opinion now. But the way I look at it is, I mean, the strongest land animals, they're all vegans, you know, gorillas, rhinos, hippos.
Yeah.
Protein comes from plants. And once I realized that, I was like, okay, I don't need to filter my food, you know, my protein through dead animals anymore. And then I realized, like, I looked at some studies, like the China study, and I realized that it actually leads to cancer, heart attack, diabetes, stroke, and those all can be prevented with diet and exercise.
Yeah.
So I basically take the stance of prevention of diet, just eating healthy. You know, I'm not going to get a disease that way.
Yeah,
you know?
But you also very environmental conscious.
Yeah.
You know, with your eating habits. So, you know, talk a little bit about that.
Well, the meat eating diet takes about 16 times the amount of water versus a vegan diet. You know, they just produce crops for one vegan. It just takes a certain amount of land. But for the same person to eat a meat-based diet, they need 16 times the amount of water basically to feed the crops for the animals than the animals to the humans. So it's just like animal agriculture is the number one reason for rainforest deforestation. So that's a big thing for me. I mean, animal extinction is actually coming from agriculture. So we're losing, you know, animals that'll never come back, and that's something that is not acceptable.
Yeah. So you fighting for a cause too?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's why
our health and the plant, you know, the health of the whole earth. You know, it's all connected. Actually, everything is connected.
Yeah. So your diet is not just, you know, you want to eat clean to prevent diseases and, you know, just get better, you know, nutrition into your system, but it's also you are fighting for a cause because you you want to help save this planet and have this planet going on for a long time for future generations.
It's a way to actually make a difference. Just one person's diet makes a huge difference.
Huh. I tell you what, man, I know we make fun of you for being a vegan, but it's not, I can't really say too much. I've thought about it. I have a hard time giving up meat, giving up bacon, Yeah, I get it. I'm contributing to a lot of bad stuff, including poison in my body. I know. I'm trying to become a little bit more organic, and I still screw that up.
I saw you with the organic food new sponsor. That's awesome.
Yeah, my new sponsors are Caveman Chefs. They're hooking me up with some organic paleo diet meals. I do got meat in it, but
I heard paleo, yeah.
Yeah, but at least it's organic, so
that's good.
It's a little bit better for the environment and also better for my body. With the non-GMO. Baby steps. I still have a hard time giving up bacon though.
Yeah, I would say I did too until I did my own research. I had people telling me about the vegan diet for years before I did my own research, and I didn't do anything until I did my own research. And then when I looked into it for myself, it was like, okay, now that I know this information, I got to change.
Well, two things, man. I remember reading something. It's like people don't eat meat; they just eat the seasoning. Like all this.
Yeah,
chicken.
all the seasoning on meat is vegan.
Yeah. But I'm saying that it's like the reason why they eat meat. Like, I love this chicken. You don't really love the chicken; you just love the seasoning.
Yeah.
If you put that same seasoning into something that's vegan based, you probably love that too.
Yeah.
If you just eat meat completely raw with no season, it'll probably be disgusting to you. And I have some Caucasian friends, and no offense, I'm not. I may be talking some stereotypes, but sometimes my Caucasian friends tend to have very bland food. They don't put a lot of seasoning into it. Not like you go down to the South and they put seasoning on everything. But I
love seasoning.
That's
the best part.
But if you eat some bland chicken, it'd be like, there's no difference than eating a bunch of leaves or whatever. So in that case, I could probably go vegan. If I just had good seasoning on my vegan base entrees, whatever.
It's definitely something to try. You'll be uncomfortable, but like you said, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. I think it's worth a shot.
One day, man.
There's a great documentary out there called What the Health. I would recommend you and anyone watching this check that out.
Okay. All right. Well, I just want to give you an opportunity to talk about it.
Thank you.
But we can move on.
Okay.
I'm gonna work on it. I promise. All right, man. To wrap it up, because I know that my girlfriend is gonna be coming to give you a massage at the gym, which I highly recommend. Like Rachel Michelle Jones, she's really good at what she does, and she's gonna be coming in to give you a really great massage at 2:00. We got a couple of minutes, and I know you want to go check your weight and have some time to relax before she starts massaging you. I just want to thank you for coming on the show. I also want to thank you for being who you are and for enduring some of the struggles that you had to endure, and even dealing with things you consistently deal with, because it's not tough being a fighter, man. It's not tough walking that path. I know, man. And so your story, you keep going, you keep pushing, you're going to be successful. It's going to inspire others, I guarantee you, man. So thank you, man. I don't know if you have some parting words you want to say.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's an honor to hear that I'm an inspiration. That's my goal. And I guess my thing is just believe in yourself. Everyone out there listening, believe in yourself, and cool. You'll go places.
Awesome. Well, all right. Once again, Caleb will be fighting downtown at the Colorado Springs Auditorium tomorrow night for No Mercy. It's going to be your 5th amateur fight. So come out. If you're not doing anything, if you haven't already bought your tickets, next time when we post about this, make sure you hit up me or Caleb to get some tickets, because you don't want to miss his next fight. But come to this fight and come watch Caleb, do your thing.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
All right, man. Hard work, dedication. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Hard Work, Bad Decisions, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's talk about it.